Hello everyone, Kier here, and welcome to the InfiNOT podcast. I'm focused on the casual nature of the game, and each week I discuss the new patch, the new card, and my feelings on the game. I am also a part of the Snap Judgments podcasting network, and today I'm going to talk about Snap on This with 2 exclamation points, which is a fantastic podcast if you have not checked it out. It's hosted by Lauren Whatevs, Ben Roller, and Ree, and it is a spectacular time. I think they really lean into the personality side of their podcast, and they add a lot of flavor with the mini games that they play. They have secret homework that they do every week, and they're just a really fun time. So if you have not checked out that podcast, definitely do so. I think it's a very human podcast. Now, let's hop into it. This is actually, quite possibly, one of the biggest weeks we've ever seen in Marvel Snap. I'm going to try to be brief, and hopefully the editing version of me is going to do some magic in order to pare this down, because not only is this the week of Snap Packs releasing, but we also got a new card in Hydra Stomper, and then they just dropped a bunch of Series 4 cards, so we have to talk about all of them too. Luckily, they're connected under the move archetype, but it's a lot to talk about, so let's just do it. Starting with Hydra Stomper. Hydra Stomper is a 3/2 that says, ongoing, +1 power for each time one of your cards move this game. This is a good card, just frankly. Very rarely do I see this go under 3/8 in terms of power, and really it's because of Silk. I think Silk single-handedly makes this card way above its pay grade in terms of value. But then if you start adding a bunch of the other cards, not only that just released this week, but also other cards in the game, this guy just gets big, man. Very easily a 312, 315 I've seen. And I'm sure you could get him much higher if you're playing it in a Heimdall deck. So, amazing effect. And it's really interesting because it adds a new sort of facet to move that's more focused on how many moves you can get rather than the power of said moves. Although that could still be important. It sort of shifts the floor of move to be higher. Because even if you get something dumb like you're pushing your Ghost Spider with Iron Fist, that's still adding a power to Hydra Stomper and keeps you on curve. Obviously, that might not be what you want to do, but you get my point, right? Sometimes it's not the most optimal play, but even then, you're still moving, you're still getting points for this guy, and he very often is able to carry his lane. Genuinely, I think more of these cards in the game are good. We just had Goliath release, which is an amazing card for ongoing, just like little scalers that just get better in the archetype that they're a part of. And they're allowed to be that powerful because they're archetype specific, right? Speed isn't going to get as big because he can kind of go into almost any list, right? So I like that these specific cards have a home and are very strong in that home. So yeah, I mean, Hydra Stomper for me, 5 out of 5 release. Is he too strong? I don't think so. It's kind of weird. I'm not too sure if he needs to be changed or not. He feels really strong, but I don't know if he's too strong or I don't know. It's hard to say, but I do like the effect, and his animation is very, very cool. So I'm super down with it. I like this card. Okay, next up, I'm going to talk about some of these Series 4 cards that released with Snap Packs, and then we'll sort of talk about my experience with Snap Packs, the patch that released, and sort of all the details with that. Just going through them one at a time. Topaz is a 3/4 that says, after you play a card here, move it to the middle location. This is insane. This is an insane card. And yes, it has limitations. The fact that it's only moving it to the middle, like Grandmaster, right? Because Topaz is the bodyguard of Grandmaster. It makes sense. Because she's moving it to the middle location, you could get blocked up there. But the easiest combo that gets you so many points is you put Madam Web middle, you put Topaz on the left and right, and then you just profit. You're moving stuff into that lane with Topaz, then you're moving it out with Madam Web, and you get so many points. This is an amazing card for move. I think no notes. I don't think it needs to be changed. I think it's perfect where it's at. It's expensive, but its effect is very, very good. So, an amazing card, genuinely. That'll be a 5 out of 5 release for me. Next up is Fan Fei. She's a 4/7 that says, activate. Move your other cards here to the right. This is stupid powerful. It is so strong. It's like Topaz, right? But you have a little bit more flexibility on where you play her. You can do an amazing combo with Heimdall, where you Heimdall all the cards to the left, then move them to the right, or you can move them to the right and then Heimdall them to the left. Just insane versatility. Very, very good in those decks. And her body is like a really good size too. 4/7 you feel good about playing. And yeah, I mean, it's just another slam dunk. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just really, really good for that archetype. Especially because of the Heimdall combo. But honestly, it's just really tricky for your opponent to play around. You know, they oftentimes have to deal with on reveals with move, but now, I mean, the activate at any time could switch things up. So very, very good card. And last but certainly not least, it is Batroc the Leaper. He is a 1/2 that says, when a card moves, follow it to gain +2 power once per turn. If you play this guy in 1 in a move deck, he is going to get to 10 power. Easily 10 power. And it's, again, I think in part because of Silk. I think Silk being in these decks again have really made these decks feel more dynamic, and Batroc is just married to that archetype in that way. Also very, very helpful for Hydra Stomper, obviously, right? You're getting 5 extra moves in a game, almost certainly. So, again, really, really strong. I don't know if he needs changed or not, but he feels really good. So, yeah, I mean, all 3 of these cards are amazing for the move archetype. It's seeing more play than I've seen it have in, frankly, years. I'm like so shocked at how well these cards have changed up that archetype. And I don't think that it's made it feel broken either. Just different. So, like, kudos to the development team. This was really, really cool. I think they nailed the designs here. So, with that, we obviously have to talk about Snap Packs, which just launched. And I'll talk about my experience with them as we go through this. But, I mean, let's just talk about the fact that they gave you some free tokens to get Snap Packs with, which is amazing. That's so cool of them to do for a new mode like this. And by launching all of these Series 4 cards at the same time, even people who were collection complete could get a little bit of excitement with their collector's tokens. So, genuinely very cool of them to do. What a way to introduce this mode. And yeah, I mean, my experience with them has been good. I'm not collection complete. I'm missing probably, I want to say 15 to 20 cards, give or take. But like, this feels really good to me. I don't know. I got Nocturne today, which was super cool. I rolled a collector's pack and I got one that I really wanted. So, like, I've been having fun with Nocturne and putting her into decks. I really think that she rounds out sort of the weaknesses of some of my other good cards lists by having a move and a location change on a decent body. Like, it feels pretty good to me. So I'm happy about that. And then obviously the experiences that I've heard of other people are even better. I've heard people getting 2 or, you know, even 3 cards out of this system. So, like, what a way to make this feel impactful. Are there some cons to the system? I'm sure that there will be. I am 100% sure. But this already feels leagues better than what it was before. I think the biggest complaint that's going to pop up about this system is, yes, you have the tokens now to be more decisive in what you want, but the card shop only updates every day or so, and so in order for you to get a card, if you're not close to collection complete, it's going to take a while before you get to see the card that you want. But the cool thing about the system is that you can just accelerate that process by buying Snap Packs, right? Getting the chance to roll it, but also shortening that gap for a cheaper price than you would have had to pay with Spotlight caches. So, like, genuinely, this mode just feels like a slam dunk. I shouldn't say mode. This new monetization system feels like a slam dunk. This is genuinely really, really awesome. It should be noted that they mention custom packs like the X-Men pack or the Discard pack or the Creator's Deck of the Week. They're still working on that. That's something that they're going to do, and they're going on a little bit of a vacation break. So the latest OTA that we experience is going to be the last one for a little while. Until we get into later in the month. So that's really cool. And this is huge, and I'm not seeing people talking about this. I'm not seeing people talk about this. It is mentioned here. Whenever you acquire a variant for which you do not own the base card, you will be granted the base card for free along with it. Oh my god. What? Yes, you would assume that this should be a thing already, but it wasn't, right? The idea was to sort of, like, get you on that hook to drag you along and make the collection track even longer. But now, like, that's so awesome, especially for, like, Series 3 climbers who, like, buy something in their shop to get the variant. Now they'll get the card. Oh my god, what a cool feature. I'm so happy that they're doing that. This is happening in the future. It's not happening right now. But this is still amazing. This is so cool, and it's going to apply retroactively. So if you bought, like, that anti-venom bundle, and you got the anti-venom variant, or excuse me, anti-venom variant, good god, you'll get anti-venom as a base card, and you won't have to worry about it in your snap packs. Crazy, right? Super, super cool. Another thing to keep in mind is Spotlight variants are going to move to the offers section. They split the shop up into two areas where it's specific to cards and then specific to, like, offers, so variants and things. They're still working on how they're going to do that, but they do want to offer Spotlight variants in the future, which is cool. I like having Spotlight variants in the game. It's sort of a unique thing. I still have my original Hydra Bob Spotlight variant because I believed in him, even when he was a 1/4. So I do like that will be available at some point. I'm assuming it's going to probably boil down to, like, spending tokens on it, if I had to guess. Like, it sort of as an exclusive thing, but we'll see. So yeah, I mean, the new system is great. I'm already having, like, a lot of fun with it. I got Nocturne out of the collector's pack, and that's awesome. I'm having fun with her, so I don't know, guys. I'm just so stoked about this new mode. It's really exciting. I'm really happy to see it. So yeah, definitely hyped for this new era in Snap. And since we're getting more cards in Series 4 on a consistent basis, we won't necessarily have the problem every week where a new card releases and it's the meta. For a while. Like, now there's probably going to be some more diversity every week. I'm sure there's still going to be tons of people who play the new card exclusively, but you know what I mean, right? There's going to be more options to sift through. So really, really, really cool. Okay, going over the rest of the patch here. Obviously, they did some bug fixes and other things like that, which is good to see. We really enjoy having our game work properly, but I'm about to, I have to like calm myself down. Since the very beginning of this podcast, all the way back when I was hosting with Daka, I have complained about the fact that Giganto does not have an animation. He's one of the biggest cards in the game, and he doesn't slam down like the Hulk or Abomination or those guys, right? He finally has an animation, and it is so cool. Oh my gosh, I am just so happy. Is it the buff that he deserves? No. But it's the buff that he needed. Okay? I'm playing Giganto unironically just to see the animation play. It's really cool. It's like the Hulk's, but it's more water themed. And when you, like, float Giganto around, you can see, like, the beams coming off him. Oh my gosh. Just so cool. I'm so happy that they finally did it. I don't have to complain about it anymore. Now the only thing that I'm going to complain about is Colossus. That guy, he needs a buff, but I'll take this for Giganto. I am so happy that they finally did it. They also added what I asked, which was an animation for Uncle Ben, and it's really great. He's like, with great power comes great ugh, and there's like rain falling, and it's super dramatic. Perfect. I'm like so stoked about it. And as a bonus, they added VFX for Red Skull. Now when he marks enemies as being like a part of his buff, you see the Hydra logo, and when you're hovering him around, you see like that red smoke coming off of him. Super cool. Genuinely, I'm so happy about it. I love when they do this to older cards. It makes them feel more flavorful, gives them more personality. The last one that I need is Dazzler. I think if Dazzler got a logo, I don't have any complaints left. Or excuse me, Dazzler got a VFX. I wouldn't have any complaints left. But they also updated the logos for Ares, Galacta, and Sam Wilson just to make them a little more clear, pop out from their card a bit more. And yeah, I think those are great. So, I mean, wow, what a cool thing to see in the game. I should also mention they updated some card text to be more accurate, and Deep Space is back in the game, but they removed Great Portal, so, take it or leave it. But genuinely, what do I think about this whole patch, this whole week in Marvel Snap? I think it's awesome, dude. I am so happy with the game right now. I'm having fun. And now that all these move cards are out and Thanos is popping, I can play my Loki deck and have fun again. I'm not constricted by the discard meta that was going on for a while, although you do still see that occasionally. I'm so happy right now. I'm having so much fun in the game. So that is everything that I have for this week. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to rate this podcast, you can do that and leave me a comment below. Please, it does help me out. And if there's one thing that you can remember, it's that I'm InfiNOT. Thanks for listening.